What up? Random relation dude here, and today I'm gonna make a video about the 15 video game that you want to play alone at night. This one is by Gaming Bolt. Um, I love their channel. You know, they always talk about video game. They always make a list of this and that. It's cool. It's a cool channel. Okay. I suggest y'all go check them out. I'm gonna put their link on my description so y'all can go check them out. But anyway, this list gonna be random, so I have no knowledge of this list. I haven't seen this one yet. That's why I want to do with y'all. Let's do this. Boom, boom.
Gaming Bolt presents 15 games you wouldn't dare play alone at night.
We have
Let's
a lot
see.
to talk about, so without wasting your time, let us
I
begin
love
right
horror
away.
game, but
Outlast. The scariest modern
15?
first-person
No,
horror
this should have
game
been,
since Amnesia
top
has
5.
to be Outlast.
y'all
Set in
tripping
an
Gaming
insane
Bolt.
asylum, you run into naked brothers hunting you down, as well as an equally naked doctor who wants to run
By
experiments
the way, the second
on you.
one is
The
messed
ending
up.
is a bit meh, but the experience from start
Super
to end
messed
is one of
up.
the creepiest in the last decade. Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Come
Speaking of
on,
Amnesia,
Gaming Bolt.
this is the
Come
game
on,
that set
man.
the standard for the modern horror game. We
This
can
should have been
thank it
top
for all
5.
the terrible first-person horror games on Greenlight now, but we can also thank it for games like Outlast. With its haunting visuals and keeping the main baddie hidden from us most of the time, Amnesia knew what it took to make a game scary. Siren. Siren is creepy Japanese horror at
It
its
is.
best. It's a typical horror story of an
I heard
ultra-religious
it based
small
on a
town
true
that seeks to
story.
remain isolated from the outside world,
There's
with a
some
creepy kid thrown in
messed
for
up
good measure.
people in Japan.
But it's delivered with all the trappings and subtlety you'd expect from a Japanese horror game or film.
Got my
Modern
coffee.
attempts to reboot the franchise haven't turned out so great, but the original remains great to this day. Dead Space is a
Oh,
third-person horror
hell
action game
yeah.
that forces the player to rip off the limbs of monsters, otherwise
second
they
one?
will die. It's pretty horrifying to
This
have to
game
get a
is like
monster on the
House of
ground
Jump
and
Scare.
tear it limb from limb with a gun that shoots saw blades. What gives it that added kick is
And
the
the kill
zero
is so
gravity
brutal.
space setting and alien-like sci-fi world. Silent Hill 2. The best horror
This should
game
have been
ever made,
number one,
and
man.
possibly one of the best games ever made, period,
tripping.
depending on who you talk to, is
Silent Hill 2 is on
Hill 2.
11? Come on.
It has one of the best narratives in a game, perfectly blending gameplay and story. You play a guy whose wife is dead, and you have no memory
kinda,
of it, so you travel to this town
disappointed
and
that
find
we
all
won't get
kinds
a
of
new
terrible
Silent Hill.
things.
Because
Fatal
that
Frame.
PT has
Another
so much
great
potential.
Japanese horror game is Fatal Frame.
Yep.
It's similar to Resident Evil in gameplay style, but the twist here is that you have a camera. You use the camera to capture
wonder if they're
ghosts like
gonna
some kind of ghost vacuum.
We
Just
made
like
this in
Resident
HD.
Evil,
Oh
you
my
have to
god.
maneuver around
Just
a large
imagine.
mansion. And of course you can
Just
expect all
imagine.
kinds of
Fatal
weird
Frame in
iconography.
SD?
PT. As long as you still have the playable teaser for Silent Hills, then this is a
Hell
great
no.
game. Otherwise, well, sorry. This amazing demo was super complex, involving hallways that looped endlessly into themselves, a crying fetus in a sink, and a phone that rang seemingly forever.
It's getting creepy.
What else would you expect from Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro?
I get spooky every
Unfortunately,
time.
Konami, in their infinite wisdom,
I get
cancelled
spooked every
Silent
time.
Hills, fired Kojima, and removed PT from existence,
This should have been
rendering
top
PT
5.
impossible to play if you didn't keep the original download. Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Oh my
The
god.
fourth iteration tried to change up
Really?
the formula by removing the player from the
This
pizza
should-
shop and into the bed of a
I
little
don't think this
boy.
should be on the list
Not
at
like
all.
that. You were the little boy.
Nothing but jump scare.
Anyway, while many players might not have found this
It's
one
like
scary,
I played
it
it,
can provide
but
some chills
every
in
time
short
it
bursts.
happened to you, it's immune
Until
to me.
Dawn. Until Dawn is what would happen if Telltale ever made a horror game.
Really?
It's a point-and-click adventure game with dialogue and gameplay choices
Walking
that will
Dead.
change and alter the story as you go. Here
It's
you
more
play
like
several
action game.
teenage
It's not really
characters
horror
trapped
game.
in the outdoors in a
I mean,
cabin
they-
as they try to survive
they
a
have that
horrifying monster. And your decisions will decide who
Atmosphere, but
lives and who dies.
I don't think it's,
You could make it through the game keeping everyone alive, or you could kill everyone in the first few hours for an interesting ending, if nothing else.
They've got the list
Slender,
all messed up.
the 8 pages. Like
Okay.
Amnesia, Slender, the 8 pages started its own subgenre of walking around forests and finding a bunch of pages.
Okay.
Its endless rip-offs aren't great, and the original is still the best. Sure, it's based on internet creepypasta, but Slender still has a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
You walk around the woods at
game
night
got me,
collecting
man.
8 pages of a journal, occasionally running into the Slender Man. You have no way of fighting or knowing where he'll show up, so you just have to run blindly through the night. Fear. First Encounter Assault Recon is a first-person shooter where your character is part of a SWAT task force
This game
dedicated
is
to
so
fighting
brutal.
ghosts and other spooky monsters. Unlike most FPSs though, Fear was actually pretty smart, with an engaging story, though not exactly original, about a little girl who can control ghosts, and actual scary, disempowering moments, unique for a first-person shooter. Alien Isolation.
Oh my god.
After the disaster of Aliens Colonial Marines,
You can't do
Sega went
shit
to a
in this
different
game, but
developer to
hi.
try something new. What we got was Alien Isolation, a first-person stealth horror game. You play Ellen Ripley's daughter, Amanda, in search of Ellen. Along the way, you run into the alien, creepy robots called Working Joes, and a few scattered groups of heavily armed humans who are just as scared as you are. Condemned. Usually forgotten
God,
when it
yeah, I
comes to
love this
horror
game.
games, Condemned was a classic. It too was first person, but relied on great melee combat and subtle,
this one.
earthy horror. Again, you
You
were
need to
going
do
up against a
the
creepy
remake.
cult, but for the most part, you were just
I would play
fighting
it all
members
over
of the
again.
cult and trying to survive without many guns. The combat was brutal but fun, which is what sold you into the horrific world the game presents. Soma.
Oh my
Another
god.
great modern horror game. In it, you experience the story of people turning into machines, and the ethics of killing these machines, either accidentally or intentionally. Soma is less about going up against scary monsters, although there are a few, and more about body horror, somewhat like the Saw films. And since your character is part of that, it makes it feel way more vivid than many horror games that pits you against an impossible ghost or a weird cult. The Evil Within.
What?
The Evil Within is basically
This
Resident
game is
Evil,
number one?
but scary again. You play a cop who must survive an evil organization's
I
attempts
mean, it's
to kill
scary,
you.
alright, but come on.
Gameplay
now.
is the Resident Evil 4
Silent
over-the-shoulder
Hill 2
shooter
should be
style,
number one.
with a few modern conventions.
This should
There's
have
nothing
been
particularly special
top
or
5.
innovative about the Evil Within story,
It
but
was a
it's the
good game.
execution
I
and
hope
the
they make a
ties to
second one.
old-school Resident Evil that makes this one so special.
And that wraps it up. What are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it on Twitter and Facebook. And why not consider subscribing? We upload some really cool videos almost every day. Thank you for watching this video, and happy gaming.
I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the list need to be changed somehow? Because, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Some lists need to be changed, yo. But anyway, there y'all have it. 15K, you didn't play alone at night. I would play all of that alone at night by myself. I lied. Some of the game I need light on, but I'll try. Anyway, leave me a like, comment, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Tell your mama and dad. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Bless you out. Peace.